Welcome everybody to Geek Dad Reviews. I'm Brian West, and tonight we're going to be talking about my favorite topic, Star Wars. That's right. The guy who is always in the bag for everything from a galaxy far, far away is going to be trying to give his unbiased, yeah, right, not unbiased. Spoiler alert, love this movie. It's fantastic. Yeah, I'm just throwing that out there right now. I'm going to be reviewing Solo, a Star Wars story. This is a spoiler-free review. I'm going to be not talking about any of the major plot points, at least anything that you haven't already seen in the trailers. And I'm not going to be revealing any of the twists, turns, or cameos in this movie that, I kid you not, made some people at the theater I was in stand up, clap their hands, and pump their fists in excitement. I was one of those people. Yeah, sorry. Can't contain myself sometimes. This movie's that good. There's things in this movie that are just awesome. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, we're not going to be giving away any of those things, so you can go and see this movie the same way I did, unspoiled and with low expectations that are going to be blown away by what you're going to see. At least that's my opinion. But you know, if you want to give your own opinion, put a camera in front of your face and put it out there for everyone to mock you on. Anyway, you've been warned. I'm not going to spoil anything, so you don't even need a warning. So just enjoy. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this review, much like I sat back, relaxed, and enjoyed Solo. So what is Solo? Well, first of all, Solo is the movie, like I said, that nobody thought was going to be any good. This has been a troubled production right from the get-go. The original directors, Lord and Miller, were fired gloriously across the media. Everybody knew about this. Fired from the set, and Ron Howard was brought in, and rumors were he was going to have to reshoot 80% of this movie, which apparently he did do. And everybody, myself included, anybody who follows this, thought this movie is going to be a disaster, right? When I went and saw this movie, I thought to myself, if it can just be a coherent movie, that's a win, right? I did not expect it to be good at all. And, you know, like I said, consider me wrong, this movie was not only good, it is one of my favorite Star Wars movies. Yes, I said it. I'm putting it out there right now. This is my favorite prequel movie. Of all the Star Wars movies that take place before A New Hope, this one's my favorite. It was great. If you don't know what a prequel movie is, basically episode 4, 5, and 6, A New Hope, Empire, Return of the Jedi, anything before that time period we consider a prequel. So yeah, this is a movie about young Han Solo, if you didn't already know. Yes, this movie follows Han Solo from a wee lad and his journeys to become the world's best, maybe worst smuggler. I mean, I don't know, he's just kind of really bad at his job. I don't really know how he has kept his job, but, you know. Anyway, you find out, if you ever want to know how Han Solo hooked up with Lando Calrissian, how he made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs, how he became friends with Chewbacca, why he likes 5'4" brunettes with spunky attitude, you're going to find out in this movie. And most importantly, you're also going to find out whether or not Han did in fact shoot first. Just going to throw that out there. Basically, that's what this movie's about. I don't want to give away any of the plot because, you know, I want you to enjoy it. It's a very basic story, but it's a very fun story. Basically a heist film, kind of. But this movie really is about the characters. It's about Han Solo. It's about, can anybody but Harrison Ford be Han Solo? And I'm here to say that, honestly, Alden Ehrenreich nails it. He's not Harrison Ford. And the moment you realize that, you realize you can just enjoy just relax and enjoy yourself. He's not Harrison Ford, but he never tries to be. He has his own version of Han Solo. All the little quirks that Han Solo has, he does. All the little, the things that make Han Solo so great. The fact that he's got a big heart, but he's just kind of a buffoon, Alden does well. The fact that he's not really good at any of his plans and he just kind of lucks into everything, Alden nails this. Alden is Harrison Ford, He is, so he's Harrison Ford. He's not Harrison Ford. I just said, no one can be Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford is his own version of Solo. But no, Alden is a great young Han Solo. At no point in this movie did I ever not believe that he was young Han Solo. He just nails this character. Honestly, I can't speak enough about this cast in general, right? Emily Clark is great as Kira. Like I said, she's got a little bit of Leia in her, but she's also her own character with her own agency and her own past and her own history. Her and Alden do a great job of playing off each other. There's definitely hints of that, future Han and Leia relationship to come. But She's great in this. Woody Harrelson as Han's mentor is great in this. Donald Glover nails it as Lando. You really believe that this is the young version of Billy D. Williams, right? He embodies that character of Lando and just runs with it. His droid L3 is one of my new favorite droids. She is hilarious. I know there's a lot to be made. There's definitely some sexual tension between Lando and his droid. Gets a little awkward, but it's always kind of fun. Never crosses the line. But that's the thing about this movie. It's just fun. Paul Bettany is a villain, great villain. He's also a fun villain. He's psycho one minute, and then he's fun and charismatic the next, right? This movie is, and then Ron Howard. I can't speak enough about Ron Howard. When he was brought in, like I said earlier, I just hope that he could make this movie into something and not just a disaster. And he did more than that. I mean, Ron Howard, his entire catalog of movies has been influenced by Star Wars. And you can tell this is a man who loves Star Wars because this movie feels like a love letter to something that he grew up just watching. This is the most like the original trilogy since the original trilogy. I mean, this is the most fun I've had watching a Star Wars movie since Return of the Jedi. It doesn't involve the Force. It's just, you sit back in your chair. This is the reason why you watch movies in the theater. I sit back in my chair, and from the beginning to the end, I just had a giant smile on my entire face, and at no point did I not enjoy this movie. It's why you go to a theater to see a movie. It's that. It captures that summer magic of when I was a kid, and you go to see this epic blockbuster on the screen, and you go on this fun journey, and that by the time it's over, all you can do is want to go back and take that journey again. There's very much, I guess the closest I can compare it to of Ron Howard's previous work is it reminds me a lot of Willow. It doesn't have brownies and Mad Mardigan and witches running around, but it's that same spirit of adventure of someone who comes from nothing, who goes on this journey, and by the end he's completely different and he's changed as a person, and it's just this epic adventure, right? That's what Solo is. It's an epic space adventure that you thought you knew what you were going to get, and I guess in some ways you kind of do. You get all the little things off the checklist that make Solo, but they give it to you in ways that you don't expect and that you really find enjoyment. The hardest thing about a prequel is that you already know what's coming. And in this movie, you kind of already do know what's coming, but they deliver it in a way that's unique, fun, and honestly, super exciting. And when you see it, you're like, you know what? I didn't quite expect that. Or maybe I did expect it, but I didn't expect to enjoy it so much. That's what this movie is. It's pure fun, crammed into a 2-hour and 15-minute plot with a guy who just is trying to make the galaxy a better place, all while getting as much for him and his furry co-pilot as he can, right? He's the reluctant hero, and he just nails it. Alden, I can't speak enough about Alden Ehrenreich. I want to see him and Chewie and Lando and the whole crew in much more movies. I went into this thinking, I can't wait till I see this and I can move past Solo to the point where I want them to make many more sequels to this. If this doesn't end up being a trilogy, I'm going to be real bummed. They do a great job of setting up the underworld with the gangsters and everything else. I can't say enough. If you haven't guessed it already, I absolutely love this movie. It's the most fun I've had in the theater in a long time, and it's the most fun Star Wars movie I've seen since Return of the Jedi, like I already said. So, I give this movie a solid 8.5 out of 10. I loved it. I can't find any downside. I know people will find, and if you want to find somebody who wants to trash this movie, find a different reviewer. That's not me. For me, for Brian West, this guy says, go see Solo, take the family. It's the most fun family film since Return of the Jedi. And I don't know, I had a great time. I think you will too. So go check out Solo, A Star Wars Tale, or story. It's in theaters right now, and go. Enjoy it. Have as much fun as I did, because it's great. But anyway, thanks for watching. Feel free to leave comments below if you want to talk more about this movie, or you want to talk about some of those big cameos and twists and turns. I'd love to talk about it. So until next time, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later.